everyone, welcome back to the Nomadics. My name is Olivia. Today I'm showing you how I built this cabinet. It's going in my Skoolie. It is our headboard, doubling as our closet, trying to utilize space. So it has two sides here that hinge up so that we can each have our own space for our clothes, and it's pretty big in here. I made this all from scrap wood, all wood that came from the bus when we bought it. So it's pretty cheap to make and really easy. It did not take me long. If you watched my first ever YouTube video that I've posted on this channel, at the end I show this cabinet, the headboard that I originally made. So all of that wood that I'm building this headboard again out of came from that headboard that I had originally built, and I had to tear it apart because all of our plumbing was going under our bed right where I was putting this headboard, so it wasn't going to work. This is where the headboard was going to sit, on the floor. Then we installed the water heater, and then the water, gravity fill, all of that stuff now runs from the freshwater tank, and obviously would not work with the headboard that I built. So this one that I'm building now is going to be floating and screwed into the studs there. I'm trying to get all of this woodworking done like now because it's 34 degrees outside and I'm freezing my ass off and I don't want to be doing this all winter. So we're doing it now, and then we're installing the heat pump hopefully this weekend. So we'll have heat in the bus and it'll be more comfortable working in there, installing all the things that I've built that just need to be moved in. These are my side pieces. That's in. That's in. The table is sloping down in the middle. This board is not that crooked. Yes. Okay, we've got most of it done already. Good. Okay. Cool. Yes. Everything's a right angle, except for that one, but you're never gonna have a right angle in a bus. That's the front. And now I'm just realizing I'm gonna want my divider piece in probably before I screw this in. Now this is what I had before. It should work. It's the same size, so I didn't trim the width of any of these boards. I'm going in lined up with the screw holes from these pieces before, so I know where exactly the middle is. This is screwed in, very secure, so is this, so are these. We're ready for the front piece now. The box is done. It feels good. It's slightly heavy, but I do think that the framing that we're screwing the back into on two sides of it will support it. I'm not really concerned about it, but it looks good to me. It feels sturdy, doesn't wobble at all. And now I'm doing the top hinge part. So these already have their hinges on because it's from the original cabinet that I built. And I want to be able to keep this, but I cut off 1.5 inches from the box itself. I don't know if when I originally measured for this cabinet, when I built it 2 months ago, 3 months ago, that I thought we'd have an extra 1.5 inches in that bedroom area, but turns out we don't. So I need to cut 3/4 of an inch off of either side of this. So I'm gonna start by getting these hinges off and cutting stuff so that we can just finish it, because I don't think that I'm gonna wanna come back and do this later. Like I said, I'm trying to get all of this woodworking stuff done now. Even though it's really cold out, it's just gonna get colder, so I'm not gonna wanna do it later. All right, let's get started. Now I've got these cut perfectly to size. I sanded them down, and now I'm going to stain them because I forgot to do that before and I just don't want to do it later. I think that videoing everything that I'm doing has been like motivating for me to not procrastinate and to just get things done. So I really should start doing this more often with everything that I build. Okay, all of this is done being stained. Now, staining these pieces of wood really changed the color of them. They're very bright orange. This looks good, it's done. I'm moving on to painting this cabinet. So I'm using this can of paint that I've used in a lot of the other cabinets and things in the bus. It's like, I thought it was more white, but it looks really yellow right now, I think just because of the way the sun is hitting it. But I did all in there, just my first coat. As you can see, it's very thin. And then this is the unpainted. So this is our scrap wood that I sanded down because it was painted white. This scrap wood, the 1/2 inch, is what we got from the previous owner. And I mean, big pieces, you know, this is like 54 inches long, so saved us a lot of money, but I think this is gonna look really good, especially with that green color that I want to keep on the front. And then when you open it, it's nice and bright in there. Now moving on to this one. Okay, I've got everything polyurethaned and painted, and now it's just time to screw these hinges back in and this piece. Yes, it's perfect. This should rest down there, yes. I love it. I love the finish on here. I actually really like the contrast of colors, this darker stain, and then this is not stained, it's just polyurethane. This is a little messed up here with the polyurethane. I totally rushed doing that because it was so cold. I just wanted it to be done with. They lift up nicely. I left a little lip underneath here. Thank you so much for watching. This feels good to me now that it's over and that we have a headboard. And this is like one step closer to being done with all of my woodworking stuff, things that require me to be out in the cold. Maybe this video helps you with anything that you're building yourself, or you just need to follow along my steps, see my creativity. I think that's why I love building cabinets so much, because I can be super creative. Like, I get to design them, paint them, stain them, whatever. I get to build them. It's cool. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week with another video.